In a recent survey of leading purchasing organizations sponsored by Strategy and Business, cost modeling tied for first in a ranking of the most critical purchasing skills. While company negotiates ruthlessly with suppliers using cost modeling fact-based negotiation, it is able to provide the understanding needed to squeeze supplier margins to the bare minimum. Fact-based negotiation can provide procurement executives are prioritizing new-in-kind strategies to deliver the next generation of cost reductions while balancing quality, delivery, service, and technology imperatives. Based upon our research, modeling total cost is one of the most critical purchasing capabilities. Understanding the cost provides the foundation for virtually everything that a purchasing organization does, from setting strategy, to simplifying designs, to improving supplier operations, and negotiating piece prices. My experience indicates that cost models developed in cooperation with suppliers are the most effective. Collaborative development improves the quality of the model by capturing supplier insight. More importantly, a jointly developed model has a greater probability of being fully applied. Cost model have to include yield, capacity utilization, equipment, detail process, every possible overhead, location, raw materials, bill of material, sub-suppliers, internal policies, profitability. The most basic components of a cost model are the cost elements captured by accounting, direct labor, materials, and overhead. But documenting cost elements is only a start. A cost model should also capture the drivers of cost, such as labor productivity or hourly wage rates. Capturing the drivers produces a model that answers the question what if, not just what is. It also highlights trade-offs, since the same driver can affect different cost elements in different ways. For example, increasing production lot sizes can lower production cost because fewer setups are needed, but it increases inventory cost because more inventory is held on average. As a result, models that consider cost drivers provide far more insight for decision-making. Intelligence wins the wars. Fact-based negotiations start with a closing gap between supplier detail RFQ and best-in-class target costs. Negotiations based upon benchmarking and how to close the gap for each key cost driver bucket such as component raw material costs, manufacturing costs, production overheads, and reasonable profit margins one by one. When negotiator knows what a product should cost, what product detail cost breakdown, and cost driver, it would transfer negotiation power from one side to opposite side. Majority of top 500 Fortune company did annual negotiation. However, best-in-class procurement organization not only did annual negotiation, but also conduct market price adjustment, when their market intelligence analyst alerted procurement leader, showing market price lower than contract price evidence, and company will lost price competitive advantage with other competitor. Red line showed average make price dropped quarter by quarter 2%. Black line show you annual contract price. This chart clearly shows you using cost model in fact-based negotiation can achieve 3% and even more incremental saving. Should cost modeling is the process of determining what a product should cost based upon its component raw material costs, manufacturing costs, production overheads, and reasonable profit margins. When your company category manager knows what a part should cost, then knows what should pay for it. Thus, this knowledge is critical for identifying mispriced parts, parts with high markups, parts improperly sourced with vendors who are not suited to produce the part, and overly complex parts in need of simplification and re-engineering. Knowledge of should cost is critical for efficient design, sourcing and procurement. And, as indicated above, should cost is much more than the price of metal or plastic. In other words, until you know roughly how much you should be paying, you do not know whether or not there is enough of a savings opportunity to justify a considerable sourcing effort. Fact-based negotiation is 21st century the new way of procurement life. It already broadly deployed in automobile, electronic equipment consumer, and even food companies such as HP, Dell, Cisco, Apple, Motorola, Honda, McDonald's, and others. It can achieve incremental 3% cost reduction and had 5-point competitive advantage. If the difference between the should cost and RFQ is roughly 8% or more, and that product represents a considerable savings opportunity and should be part of a strategic sourcing initiative. If the difference is 3% or less, then you are probably getting a good price on the product and should not spend too much time trying to negotiate a better price when much more significant savings opportunities await. If your company wants to build cost modeling capability using on fact-based negotiation, please contact me. I can help your company developing the capability by beginning simply and develop sophisticated models later. From my past heavily cost modeling experience, I am able to quickly create category-level cost models, driving the process to the next level of detail. And also develop facility-level models are adequate for driving sourcing strategies and joint improvement efforts by identifying gap between best-in-class company. Later, I also can develop cost estimating and target setting for a specific part demands a more detailed model. Such models add additional variables to the supplier-level model and use specific part number estimates rather than facility averages. From my market intelligence background, I also can build cost tables, simplify the model output, and make costing knowledge available to everyone in your organization. As a result, even an inexperienced person can make use of the information